Hello again. So for today's lesson is about acquiring and teaching pronunciation. It's from chapter 4. Yeah? You can see in your book page number 70. Okay. I believe all of you have got the lesson of pronunciation before for other subject of course. So I hope you already know about some of the theories about pronunciations like phonology and phonetics. Yeah. Here we have the keywords phonetic alphabet, a way of transcribing the sounds of speech through a carefully designed set of symbols, as the International Phonetics alphabet. While phonology and phonetics, phonology is the branch linguistics that deals with the sound systems of language including phonemes and intonations. Phonetics is the branch that deals with the sheer sounds themselves. So in this page and some of the pages, you will learn about the theories of the pronunciation. Okay, so take a look at this box 4.1, instant accent test for English consonants. I hope all of you are able to pronounce all of these sounds since you're going to be a teacher, right? An English teacher must be able to sound this sound. Okay, so here we have the phoneme. Firstly, it is p. Okay, so we don't read this as p. Yes, p in the alphabets, but in phoneme we call this one p, and the second is b, and the third is t. T, simple t, not ch. No, yeah, different. It's only t like that. And the four we have d, and then k, and then g, and this one is the large one, ch. Okay, ch. So there is a bit different with number 3. Yeah, number 3 is t, t, and the 7 is ch. Okay, and the 8 we have, it's like in pronouncing j. Yeah, j, not ch but j. Okay, and number 9 we have okay, and number 10 we have v. Okay, somehow in the British pronunciation most of them they use v, and it's almost the same with the sounds b. Okay, like when they pronouncing favor, favor. In American they will pronounce favor, while in British they will pronounce favor. Somehow it becomes the W, the W. Okay, and the 11 here we have th. Okay, th. And the 12 we have this one is almost the same with the, but still have H sound between D and the, like that. Okay, and the 13 we have s, and then z, and then sh. Okay, this one is the combination. Number 15 is the combination of s and h and becomes sh, like that. And then we have something a bit sounds like j, but not as bold as j, like number 8. Okay, number 17 we have, it's like when you breathe, yeah, like that. Okay, and then we have r, n. Yeah, so m in phoneme it is and n in phoneme it is n. And then we have this one is like n and g in Indonesian, like that. And then we have this is not j, yeah, but it's more like I, it's more like y, I, like that. Okay, and the 24 we have the w, Okay, now we start to read this one. We have three three places of pronunciations. Yeah, three places of allophons here. The first one is the initial one, and then the second we have here, we have the medial, and then the last we have the final here. So what's the difference? Initial means that the phoneme placed in front of the word. Okay, so the phoneme placed in front of the word, like the word this one, pen. We have the phoneme in front of the word, like right. Okay, so it means that initial means that the phoneme is in front of the word, while medial means that the phoneme is located at the middle of the word. Okay, and the final means that the phoneme placed at the end of the word. So um, the written form of these words doesn't mean that they have already the phoneme inside them. No, but the phoneme is about how the sounds produced, not about how the word constructed. So it's different. Phoneme is about the sound or the construction of the word. Okay, so let's read first um, pin, bin, tip, doll, cash, goat, chew, joke, fast, view, thigh, then, soon, zoom, show, genre, who, lip. See, like this one, the WHO, you don't pronounce the W, right? And the H is located at the middle of the word, although the H is located at the middle of the constructed word, but in the pronunciation it is located in the initial place in front of the word, like who. You don't pronounce the W, right? Like when you trying to pronounce hour, jump, H-O-U-R, hour, you don't pronounce the H, but it is joined to the O. Okay, let's continue. Lip, read, mix, not, yes, wet. And then the medial, supper, suburb, bitter, ruder, tucker, rugger, Richard, lodger, differ, river. So there's a difference between F and V, okay? Differ, river, okay? F, V, okay? The F is light F, but the V is some it's like a bit bold, yeah, a bit heavy, okay? River, and then rethink, rather. See, rethink, not reading, rethink, and then rather, lesson, lesson. It's still s, okay. Razor, usher, measure, pillar, direct, summer, dinner, banger. See, this one is banger. Okay. Reunite, dissuade, and the final one, map, rub, pet. Okay, there is a difference between pronunciation the p and b at the final position. Okay, in map, in p, you don't pronounce like map, not like that, but just map. Okay, while the b need to pronounce it's like an explosive b. Okay, b. So it becomes rub. There is an explosive, okay? And then pet, fat. See, pet, fat, d, okay? And then luck, muck, rich, fuge, off, off, okay? And then bath, bat, mess, was. It's a z, was, fish, rod, hill, far, aim, sin, sang. And then we have the cluster here: spit, bleed, sting, drain, create, glade, flame, tree, strain, sizzle, shrine, plane, there is, dims, likes, finger. Okay, this one is finger, not finger. Okay, student, saw it. Okay, saw it, saw it. Okay, and faster pronunciation, you may just pronounce saw it, but in slow motion, you may pronounce it like saw it. Okay, so I hope you can pronounce all of this. Also, I'd like you to record your pronunciation in pronouncing these all words, which consists all of these phonemes, this table. Yeah, so you pronounce all the words in this table and record it. It can be an audio file or video, okay, and then send it to me. If it is in the form of video, please upload it through Facebook, and then don't forget to tag me. And if you're doing an audio record, you can just send it to me through WhatsApp. Okay, but I hope you make it in the video version so I can see how your lips move. It is important, yeah. So in pronouncing the words in the phonetic and phonology, it is crucial to take the condition, not only your voice, but how you pronounce it, how your tongue, how your mouth, how your diaphragm, how your lips move. Okay, it is important in learning the pronunciation. Okay, usually teachers in teaching this one, yeah, something like this, they will ask the students to repeat after the teacher. Well, that one is also good. Okay, if we face to face right now, I might ask you to repeat after me, and then teach you, and then make you pronounce all these words well. But I think you can just listen to me through this video, and you can do like rewind the video, reply the video to better understand about this pronunciation. Okay, so make sure you make the task. Okay, you make sure you make the video, the audio file, and I'll be waiting for this one today. Okay, so let's see again: phonemes and second language acquisition. This topic, this subtopic is still about the theories about the phoneme, phonology, and phonetic. I think you better understand this one and the phonetic and phonology subject. Okay, I believe you all have got the lesson from the previous semester, maybe. I don't know who's the who's the lecturer, but I believe you've learned about this. And let's see the box 4.2, the characteristics of speakers of different L1's language first using English. This is not too important for you, because I don't think any of you master one of this language, yeah. Well, if you master one of this language, then we can talk about this, we can discuss about this. So we just skip that one. And here again, the phoneme learning, you have the pre-systemic, transfer, approximative, learning syllable structure. This is also the part of the phonology, yeah? Syllable. Syllable, a unit of phonology consisting of a structure of phonemes, stresses, and so on. So here you learn about how you stress a word, how the same word could have different meanings if you do different stress in the pronunciation. And then syllable structure, how consonants C and vowels V may be combined into syllables in a particular language. For example, English has consonant vowel consonant syllables, or CVC, yeah, while Japanese has consonant and vowels structure. So it's about the structure of a word, the syllable of the word. So in Japanese, their words usually consist of a consonant and then a vowel. That's it. While English usually has the consonant, vowel, and then consonant again, and so on. For example, like in Japanese, all of their alphabets are always like this one, like A, I, U, E, O, and then Da, Di, Do, De, Do, Ba, Bi, Bu, Be, Bu, Sa, Si, Su, Se, So. It's always consonant and then vowel, consonant and then vowel. While in English, they tend to use the consonant, vowel, and then consonant. Like when you pronounce the word lion, lion singa, L-I-O-N. It is the consonant, vowel, and then there is another consonant to close the word, to end the word. Like in the word, what else? Finger, or eyes, or these, this. There's always consonant, consonant, vowel, and then consonant to end the word. So it's about the structure. Okay, again about theories. Okay, appendix is padding out the syllable by adding extra vowels or consonants. For example, as Spain for Spain. We don't need that actually. Okay. General ideas about phonology learning. Keywords here: transfer, accent versus dialect. Transfer, of course, yes. When you learn about the second language acquisition, of course you talk about transfer. It's not only this part of subject. It's not only about the pronunciation subject. You also talk about transfer when you talk about other subjects like grammar, vocabulary, and so on. Okay, so mainly second language acquisition, of course, talk about transfer, how you transfer your first language into the second language, or how you transfer your thoughts into your second language. And then here we have accent versus dialect. An accent is a way of pronouncing a language that is typical of a particular group, whether regional or social. A dialect is the whole system characteristic of a particular group, including grammar and vocabulary and so on, as well as pronunciation. So there is a difference between accent and dialect. Like in Indonesian, people who lives in Java, in Jakarta might have different accent with people who use Indonesian language in Sumatra. And it's called accent, not dialect. Why not dialect? Because accent is told only about how the words pronounce. It's only about the sound. We don't talk about the grammar, we don't talk about the vocabulary, we don't talk about the structure. But when we do talk about the structure, the grammar, then it is come to the dialect. Like, well, people in England, people in UK, use different English dialect with people who lives in America. So American English is different with the British English. They have different dialect. So accent might be people in the country might have different accent, while dialect is bigger than that, okay, wider than that. It can cross the nations, cross the countries. So there's a difference, okay? L1 and transfer again. Okay, so this one is important for you. Choosing a model for teaching pronunciation. Receive pronunciation, the usual accent of British English given in books about English, spoken by a small minority in England. England as lingua franca. English used as a means of communication among people with different first languages rather than between natives. So this is still about people who use English in their country. Then how we teach pronunciation in different countries like in Indonesia. We will talk about that in this one, 4.5 learning and teaching pronunciation. But before that, take a look at the box. Box 4.6, the lingua franca pronunciation core. Core means core means how to say. If it is in Indonesian, it means that inti, pusat. Elements of English pronunciation that need to be right to avoid problems between students with different first language. All consonants except for the and the, which can be dispensed with. Aspiration after voiceless plosives needs to be maintained in spy, sting, scorn, etc. So aspiration after voiceless plosives. When you talk about pronunciation, of course, you need to know about the voiceless sound and the voiced sound. The voiceless sound and the voiced sound. So voiceless, p, t, and k are included in voiceless sound. Voiceless is like when you voice the sound but without how to say it. It's like when you don't pronounce it, you don't sound it all the time. Like when you sound the R, it's r, it's long, right? But when you sound the p, it's only p, t, k. Okay. Simplification of initial clusters should be avoided. Example Garcia, product as product. Okay. Simplification of initial clusters should be avoided. Okay. So you are asked to avoid the simplification of initial clusters. Okay. So you may not, okay, you are forbid to make the simplification of the pronunciation, okay, like this one, it should be pronounced product, that is R there, okay, product. But like people in Japan, they tend to be difficult to pronounce the R sound. They just like um, do like a deletion, like make it gone, make the R sound gone, and it becomes product. Like when they translate hamburger into their language, they will pronounce it not hamburger but hamburger. There is no R sound there, and it should be avoided. Okay, you may not do that. Pure vowels should be longer before voiced consonants than before voiceless consonants. Than before voiceless consonants. Okay, so pure vowels should be longer. In pronouncing a word which has vowel and a voiced consonants, you need to pronounce it a bit longer than a word which has the voiceless consonants. As we know, as what you've learned in the phonetic and phonology or in pronunciation, you should have been learned that this word bat, the D sound, it is voiced consonant. Okay, voiced consonant. While in the other one, bat, the T sound is voiceless consonant. So when you try to pronounce the two of these words, it will have a bit different in the pronunciation. Like in the bat one, you need to pronounce it longer than the bat. So it becomes bat, bad. While the other one, it is bat, bat. Okay, and also this one, leech, j, it is voiced, right? While k, it is voiceless. So this one should be pronounced leech, leech. While this one should be pronounced lick, lick. Okay, so lick is shorter in the pronunciation than leech. Okay, and then this one, bark, bark, and then the other one is bart. Okay, number 5, the placement of the clear tone in the tone group is vital. John is here, 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 but not choice of tone. Later on we will learn about that. 4.5, learning and teaching pronunciation. Okay, so this is what you should read. Okay, use of phonetic script. Okay, so this is how you teach the students, your students, in pronunciation. Okay, this is how you teach the students in pronunciation. So firstly, you may use phonetic script. Okay, phonetic script. You can find it in Oxford Dictionary. Okay, and also another dictionary, but I think the Oxford Dictionary is the most eligible up to now, so I will recommend that. Okay, so use of phonetic scripts. At advanced level, students are sometimes helped by looking at phonetic transcripts of spoken language using IPA or by making transcripts of speech themselves. So this will help you students, and also this will help you as the teachers. However, the students must firstly master the IPA, International Pronunciation. What this one? I forgot this one. Okay, so before you teach them by using the phonetic script, your student must be able first to master the phonetic translation, must be able to master the phonemes. Okay, before you teach them about the phonetic script, and somehow it will be another trouble for you, because as you know, it's not something easy to teach students about the phonetic transcription. It will be another trouble. So this one will be useful for students who already have better English, but this one is not recommended for students who still learn the English from the basic. Like when I teach you about the pronunciation, I can use this one, phonetic script. But when I try to teach the students of elementary level, of course, this one will fail them. Okay, so you need to choose your method wisely. And then this one, imitation. Repetition of words or phrases has been the mainstay of pronunciation teaching. It is not only Henry Higgins who says, "Repeat after me, the rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain." Okay, so imitation, it's like asking students to repeat after you. So this one is the good one for students who still learn English from the basic. Okay, for students who still learn few vocabularies of English, this one will be a lot better than teaching them by using the phonetic script. Okay, so you ask the students to repeat after me, and then you pronounce the word, and then the students repeat after you. Okay, it will be better for students who still learn English from the basic. Okay, and then we have here discrimination of sounds. Audiolingual teaching believe that if you cannot hear a distinction, you cannot make it. This led to minimal pair exercises in which the students have to indicate whether they hear lies, rise, or nice in the sentence. Okay. Discrimination of sounds. So students must be able to differentiate the sounds of what words they hear, of what sounds they hear. So this kind of method can be done by asking the students. Well, this is the audiolingual teaching. Yeah. So first you show them, or you make the audiolingual teaching by asking the students to listen to your audio devices about some words, and then the students will try to write down what they hear. And then at the end of the teaching, you can analyze able whether the students able to distinct about what they hear. So, like when you have the audio that pronounce these three words, lies, rise, nice, you can check your students' answer set if they really can differentiate or distinct among these three. Okay, so then you can try another better lesson, another advanced lesson if they have managed, or if they have succeed in distincting these three words and doing discrimination of sounds. And then the next we have consciousness raising. Given the rise of such approaches as FO and I've discussed in chapter 2 and blah 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 and so on, discoveries by such as the speaker sex, age, education, or the formality. Okay, this one is all about, it's about a research here about what kind of people are better in understanding the pronunciation. Like, is male better in teaching, better is male is better in learning pronunciation than the female, or somehow like that. And then communication. In principle, pronunciation materials could use the actual problems of communication as a basis for teaching. For instance, both natives and non-natives can use 50, 50, and 15 in real-world situation of shops, and so on, presumably because the final end sounds like a nasalized vowel rather than consonant. So this is about intonation, okay? Communication. This is about intonation. So in teaching the pronunciation, you can also give them, um, or you just invite the students to get into the communication itself, so they will learn from the communication. Like, this can be done by teaching them the pronunciation through role play. Yeah, you can do that, or doing the audio visual media like watching, and then they will learn better pronunciation through the video or through the role play. Okay, why is it better? Because in the role play, you might do like this one, like what the book says, in real world situation of shops and so on, situation of shops and so on. So there is a different meaning when you try to speak a word in different intonations, like I said before. Like when you say what, then what. So it has different meanings, right? They have different meaning. When you say what, they have different meaning. Even though when you try to translate them word by word, the meaning is the same. Apa, right? And also when you try to do when you try to say goodbye to your let's say your friends, it will have different meaning when you say goodbye and then goodbye. Okay, so it has different meaning. It has different different meaning. Okay, so it's important to teach them too. And when you teach about that, yes, it is better to do that by doing the communication one, getting the students involved in a role play or asking them to watching a movie, okay, an audiovisual. 4.6 learning and teaching intonation. See this one, intonation. Keywords intonation, the systematic rise and fall in the pitch of the voice during speech. Nuclear tone, significant change in pitch on one or more syllables. Tone language, a language in which words are separated by intonation. For instance, Chinese. You see box 4.8, English intonation. Here we have the high fall and high rise, low fall, low rise, fall rise, rise fall. Well, the high fall and high rise are easier to understand, yeah, because they tend to be used in daily situation, in daily life. So the high fall is like yes, okay, yes, yes, okay. While the high rise, yes, it's like asking, yeah. So this one, yes, it's like when your friend ask about you, are you a student? Yes, it's high fall. Yes, okay. While the high rise, it's like when someone asks you, um, is Mr. Ricardo's home? For example, yeah? Is Mr. Ricardo home? Yes, and then and then I answer yes. It's like saying yes, yes. It's like saying ya, ada apa, like that. Okay, not just ya. Okay, so there is a difference when you try to use intonation. Are you the student? Yes. It's like yes. Why? But you don't do the you don't pronounce the why. You just say yes. It's already a question. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. See. Okay. The problem is that while people agree that intonation is important, on they disagree on its function. Okay, you can read the rest. There are more examples in the text, so don't be lazy to read. Okay. Teaching intonation, specialized intonation course books like my own and blah blah blah. You may find the books in the internet. Yeah. Okay. Pronunciation teaching should recognize the diversity of levels of pronunciation in the language, including phonemes, allophones, and words. So these are the summarize of all what we just learned. You can read that, but it is better for you to also take a read, yeah, to read the books. It will be better. You will get better understanding, of course. Okay, and for your task, yeah, for your task, the discussion topics. These you have 5 questions here. Um, I'd like you to do the task, this one, the discussion topics, and then submit the answer to me today. Yeah, today. No, I think it's a bit difficult for you. No, you may submit this to me next week. Okay, so today is what date is today? Today is 9 June. So make sure you submit to me before 16th of June. Okay. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Make sure you do the task make sure you read what you have to read. Okay, if you don't understand, or if you still has or if you're still confused about something in what we just learned today, don't be hesitate to ask me. You may contact me through WhatsApp or Facebook. Yeah, you know my Facebook, you know my WhatsApp. Make sure you ask about it. Okay, so you won't confused about what you confused. Okay, thank you. That's all for today. Goodbye.